just be authentic, and people are gonna love you for you. Just go for it.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Paul Tully, another episode of FYI. Here at the FYI podcast, I get excited about all my guests, but I'm incredibly excited today. I'm here with Rickey Ortiz, a YouTuber, content creator. Rickey, you are the first guest that is a content creator. Like, we have
Awesome.
people that, obviously from all walks of life that do social media, but I've been watching your content, man, and there's some really awesome stuff. So, guys, we're about to jump into this, and let's see if you get a little bit of inspiration. Rickey, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited.
Man, I'm excited to have you. Let's talk about some stuff. Let's talk about. Tell me a little bit about yourself. What's the good stuff? Where'd you grow up? And
Yeah, so I grew up in Whittier, California. It's a, small town in LA County. And, I was born with muscular dystrophy. That's my physical disability. So, for those who don't know, my body doesn't produce a certain type of protein. So it makes my muscles like more weak than the average person. So I can walk short distances and things like that, but I use a scooter, like a mobility scooter to help me get around and stuff like that.
Oh.
And yeah, I have I have two brothers and a sister, and my mom, my dad, and my dog Charlie. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's just been really cool. Like, I guess growing up, my whole family, like my dad and my sister and my brother, they're all athletes, and so they were super into soccer, and they did soccer their whole life. My brother played soccer, my sister did, and my dad played a lot of sports. And I was the only one like who couldn't play because of my physical disability. And so, but that never made me like, I was never upset about that. Like, I mean, my parents never made me feel like less of a person because of that. I never felt ashamed or anything because of my disability. They've always made me feel loved, and just like everybody else, like I'm just as capable as they are. But because of that, like, I didn't have a thing. Like, I
Mm,
didn't like, that was their thing, like sports. And
yeah.
so, like, I back then, I mean, when I was like, a little kid, there was no social media. There was no nothing. Like, all I could really do was like, I would watch TV or I'd play like video games, but that wasn't like a thing of like being a gamer.
Yeah.
Um, so I think like it was in around third grade. I like vividly remember this. Like, we were having presentations, and my partner next to me, she she brought her like video camera to record everybody else's presentation. And I'm like, well, I was like, that's so, like, what is it? Like, I was like, what is it? That's so sick. And she was telling me, yeah, I brought my camera to record, everybody's presentation and things like that. And I just loved it when she was filming. And then she let me film her when she went up. And I'm like, that was my first time ever using like a little camera. And I'm like, this is so cool. Like, I could I could I could do it. Like, I could record, I could something that I could like physically do by myself,
Yeah.
because I couldn't really do anything like physical by myself.
Right.
But I could hold it. It wasn't heavy, because if I hold things that are too heavy, my arms get tired and stuff like that, and that's something that I can do. And so I think with that, like, because I had an interest in filming. I thought it was fun, but also because it was the first thing I felt that I can do on my own. That's what like drew
Mm,
me to it. So then I remember I
wow.
went and I told my parents that I'm like, oh, I want a little video camera. And then I don't I bet you my mom doesn't remember this, but I remember we were actually at the church by our house, St. Bruno's, and I remember like one time someone in there, they were like recording the band with their little camcorder. And then after that, I told my dad, I'm like, he's like, oh, you want a camera like that? Yeah, I want one like that, just like that.
Yeah.
And then I think it was for my birthday, they got me my little first like flip little camcorder, and I still have it.
Nice.
And ever since then, like, that's what I just would make little home videos. That was third grade. And then, like, I would just record my family, my sister, my little brother, and then that's just what like sparked my love for video. And then ever since then, I made little videos, and then I posted my first YouTube video like in sixth grade of like my little brother dancing on my YouTube channel. And then I just post little home videos, and and I got a GoPro, and I would like swim with it in my pool, and I like just taught myself how to edit on my little like iPad. That's what I first learned.
It's great.
And then it was in high school is when I applied for the Film Academy, and then that's when they taught me how to use Final Cut Pro on my laptop or on a laptop on their school laptop. And then yeah, I would just make my little YouTube videos like on the side, and then that's when I knew like I want to do this, like I want to do it. Like I remember it was like eighth or ninth grade. Um, I found out like I would watch a lot of like Zach King. I don't know if you know who that is.
Mm-mm.
He's a content creator and filmmaker, but he makes magic videos, and that's what like inspired
Oh.
me to like when you said that Cobra Kai one,
Yeah, what
where
do
like
you
it's
do?
kind of like a magic thing, like I turn into dust,
Yeah.
like he did things like that, and so that was like my first inspiration of like that's so sick. I want to do things like that, and then I would make little magic, try to imitate what he does, little like magic cut videos of like special effects and things like that, and so um yeah, and he actually it was crazy. My film teacher got him as like a guest speaker at my freshman class. And I
Nice.
was like, that's so cool. And I took a picture with him and he was saying like what he does and whatever. And he was the first person who like where I figured out through him, he's like, yeah, I make like I didn't even know like you could make a living off of being like a YouTuber. I just made videos because I loved it. And
Yeah.
he was like, oh yeah, like that's my job. Like he said that, and I was like, what? Like you could do that for a living? Like, that's could be your job? Like that was in like I said, I was in eighth grade. I was like 13. No, I was like 14. And then ever since then, I'm like, that's what I want to do. I want to be a
Wow.
YouTuber. Like before, like being a YouTuber was like a thing, like when
Yeah.
it first started. And yeah, and I went to college, Whittier College. I got a degree in film production, and I graduated with that like 3 years ago. And then I used like what I learned and like how to like tell a story in my videos, and I do YouTube videos full time.
Synchro, there's so much to unpack here, Ricky.
Yeah,
It's an incredible story.
thank you.
And so far, I mean, there's just so much I want to touch on. I mean, first and foremost, you said something that really stood out to me. You said, when the camera was the first thing I could do. I gravitated, I think, like that was interesting. It's not
Hmm.
like you were like, oh, well, I loved watching movies. And it was like, no, this is the first thing I physically can do on my own.
Yeah, that's what I still do. Like just hold on to. Like I feel like I was created like this for a reason, and that is to like show that you can still be happy and use your strengths to your advantage. But again, yeah, like there were those times when um I would be with my mom and be like, why am I like this? And I would cry, and she would be like, you just have to focus on what you can do. There's so many things
Mm,
you can do, and so they really, I think I really got to give it to my parents. They really instilled that in me of like you have to focus on what you can do.
yeah.
You're smart, you're funny, you're talented, you have a good personality, and like I said, we all have struggles,
Yeah.
and it doesn't define us. And
Yeah.
so when I really think about that, like, this quote I love is like, there's like there's two dogs or two wolves, and one's chained up in the light and one's chained up in the dark. And which one do you think's gonna survive? What do you think?
The dog.
Yeah, but which one though? Like one's chained in the dark and one's chained in the light. Which one will live?
The one in the light.
Whichever one you feed. So
Uh-huh.
it's like I could feed negativity and darkness all day. I
Yes.
can't do this. I can't run. I can't play sports. I can't, walk on my own. I can't whatever. And that's gonna get me nowhere. But if I feed what I can do, I am, I can breathe on my own. I can walk short distances. I'm so grateful that I have a family who loves me. I have I have something that I do love, which is making videos. I have the opportunity to like make videos and share them across the internet for like millions of people to see. Like I just focus on what I can do, and I feed the light. Whatever, you know, that's what helps me and what motivates me. It keeps me in a good mindset. So
Man, I love that.
yeah, thank you.
So now you're out there creating. What was like the first like YouTube video you did that you were really proud of?
um, I wanted to work like my first job because I've never had a job like in a real job,
Yeah, yeah.
and then so but I had to find out like what I could actually do, because like it's kind of hard to gauge what I can do, and so with that I'm like okay I got to find out something that I can do, but also like something I got to make it entertaining and make it funny, and then so I was like what's like an easy job? I was brainstorming like what's like an easy job that like I can do that even like a kid can do, and I'm like a lemonade stand like came to my mind. Like I think that'd be kind of funny to like
Yeah.
at my first job is like a lemonade stand. So like
Right.
I like got this little lemonade stand that I bought for like Amazon. Those are like pre-built, and then I set it up in front of my house. My dad helped me set it up. We actually he did it, and then I wore like this hat. It looked like a hat from like the hot dog on a stick, a
Yeah.
little spinny thing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wore like one of those, and then I wore like a little like pink polo and pink shorts, and then I was like selling lemonade in front of my house, and then like I set my camera up far away, and then I didn't even make the lemonade. I like poured it in from like store bought lemonade, but that was really fun, and I think
Did you make any money?
I did. I made some money. I just did make some money, but I think that was the first video that I was like the most proud of because I was just open with myself,
Yeah.
and actually that actually like did really well. Like it got a lot of views. I mean, besides the views, it just I was that was the first time me being open, like, and with who I am because for a long time, I never wanted to come across as like, oh, I'm like begging for attention, or I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm um like I said, I'm harping on my disability for views or whatever. I never wanted to like be like that,
Right.
and that's what made me like shy away from it for a while. But then I just was like, you know what? I'm just gonna. I'm not begging for attention. I don't care. I'm just gonna be open. I'm just gonna be me. Like, oh, this is what I have, and that's it. And that's what
Yeah.
I did. And then that really resonated with people. So that was my
Yeah.
proudest video. But then before those, sorry to cut you off, but
No, no, no.
before those
Please.
videos, like before I did that stuff, I did kind of like what you were seeing with the Cobra Kai. I did like the magic videos. So those are I was really happy about those too
Yeah.
because those were like those take a lot of editing, but those are like really cool magic like little tricks, editing tricks. So I think second would be those. Those are like what I first did that I was like really proud of, like my first videos when I made like in 8th grade and on. But then like the video that I'm most proud of would be that lemonade one. But those would be like a close second because
Yeah.
that's what like introduced me to like special effects and stuff like that. So
It's actually it's a great answer though that you're giving because you're like the creative side was the special effects,
yeah,
but you said something about like just being open about your disability,
hmm
and I the closest I could get with that is like I got electrocuted when I was a kid. I
okay,
was like 9 months old and I got electrocuted on my face. I bit an extension cord. Go figure. I'm like and
still handsome though.
thank you, man. Not as much as you, but I'm working on it. But I had this scar, and as a kid, kids would make fun of me,
Mm,
call me fried chicken lip. My sister would make fun of me, and but anyways, I would always like as I grew, like sometimes grow a mustache or
right.
something. I was like very self conscious about it. Then like I don't know, there was just like a moment where I was like, well, it is what it is. Like I'm tired of being
Right.
self-conscious about this. And the moment I did that, it was never an issue. Like, and what I realized is like nobody was ever aside from being a little kid in like cuz kids don't understand and it used to look worse when my face was smaller. But kids don't understand. But growing, nobody like I thought about. I'm like, nobody ever pays it. Like nobody. That didn't determine if they were my friend or not my friend. And it almost gave me a freedom to just be. So when you say that you're the lemonade stand, you were first open. I think there's some power in that because, you know, it. I also though think right. You probably I don't know. Ask you if you agree. Also, like I'm trying to understand. Like it's like still got to see yourself. We're all equal, whether we're
Right.
big, small, have a disability, not have a disability. It's just everybody's people, and so it's like you want to be seen as just not like I'm Paul with.
Exactly.
So I get that, but it's also one of those things that's like okay, well, obviously. You're gonna see that, and it's like let's get the elephant out of the room. Like
It
this is what it is.
and that's what I and again that's what like I told you about earlier too off camera. I'm like my main goal is to show people like if you whether you have a disability or not, like anybody,
Yeah.
that we all have we all have struggles. Everyone does. We're all human. We have things that we go through, things that we deal with. But I just want to show people that, despite your struggles, whatever they may be, that you can still live a happy and fruitful life. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't matter, you can still you can still achieve that.
Yeah.
So and now, I just I hope that like resonates with everybody.
It's
So
resonating, man. It's definitely resonating, Ricky. So we've talked a lot about, disabilities and stuff.
yeah.
I want to focus on the amazing content and where you're going with it now, and what's the plan. I mean, you're doing the YouTube stuff.
Hmm.
Any plans any ideas, innovative ideas you want to do with these videos, filmmaking? Are you looking to try to do more of narrative stuff,
Hmm.
or keep it more YouTube content stuff? Where you at with that?
I think like my at the core of me, I love YouTube. Like that's like the core of me. I feel like I'm a filmmaker,
Yeah.
but I'm like a YouTube filmmaker.
Yeah.
Like that's what I because I think like and it goes back to like that was like when I first started making videos, I could just post it to YouTube and I had no boundaries. I could do whatever I wanted. So I think I want to stay mainly with YouTube. Um, but yeah, just with this series like that I have that I do, like it's where I try new things that I haven't done before. Like I said, like I did my first job, and another video I did, I shot a gun for the first time.
Oh
That was
wow.
kind of fun, and I
What'd
did
you shoot?
it was actually it was like it was a pellet gun. I
Uh
want to
huh.
do a real one, but this one was a pellet one. It's like a pistol,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
dude, it was crazy. In that video, I made a video before that where I bought alcohol by myself for the first
I
time.
seen that one,
Yeah, I
and
did
you're
that
like,
one.
"Do you want my ID?"
Yeah, and they're like, "Nah, we're good." I wanted to get carded, like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, oh, because people usually can't tell how old I am.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was really
but I'm like,
funny.
Dang, that was kind of lame." I think it was another clip of that one because I made, yeah, well, it actually was. It was that same video, but it was a different clip where I went to, in that video where I went to another liquor store, and I was trying to pay or whatever, and then this like little kid walks by with his mom. I don't know if you saw that one, and
Uh.
the kid's like, "Oh, mom, that's a little kid driving." Like I was like, "Oh my god!" Like, I thought that was so funny, and
Yeah. Yeah.
so like just because that kid said that like out of pocket all out, and so I posted that clip on TikTok because I post my videos. I post clips of my videos on like TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram, whatever. And that video blew up. That video got 9 million views.
9 mil. Wow. Oh, that really blew.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
so that was like my first like
Wow.
video that like got like millions. And then because of that, I don't know if you know Danny Duncan, the YouTuber.
I don't.
He's a big YouTuber, dude. He has like 8 million subscribers or whatever, and he does
Wow.
like he kind of does like reckless stuff, kind of like jackass style
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
and because and I like I think his videos are entertaining. But dude, it was like so like crazy. It was I didn't even plan that at all because I have one of Danny's t-shirts, like his merch.
Yeah.
I guess he sells some merchandise, and they're like I bought his shirt like a couple years ago, and just on like when I shot that alcohol video, I wore his shirt, and I didn't even think I literally thought nothing about that. I was just like that day I'm like that's just the t-shirt that I decided to wear that day. I thought nothing of it, and then when I shot that video and that video went viral, 'cause I don't drink, but I just
Yeah.
wanted to like buy alcohol just to see what it's like, and people wanted to see people like, wanted to card me.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and that video went viral, and dude, everybody in the comments like the Prime thing. Everybody was like, "Oh, he's wearing a Danny Duncan shirt." They noticed it, and soon everybody started tagging Danny Duncan,
Nice.
whatever. And he saw that video, and then it's like the same thing. He messaged me. He's like, "Dude, that was really funny." He's like, "Keep it up." And then I'm like, "Oh, thanks." And I was like, I was like, "That's so sick. That's crazy." And like a couple days later, he commented on that video again. He's like, "Yo, pull up, like pull up to my. We should do a video." And so he invited me out,
Wow.
and then I went to his house in LA, and then that's what it was the gun video where I'm like, I want to do a video where I want to shoot a gun, and he had a rubber pellet gun, and it's kind of a stupid video, but he invited one of his friends, who's one of the like Jackass crew guys, Poopies,
Did
that's his
you
name.
shoot him?
I shot him with a gun, like I tried. He's like shoot him in the back, but I kind of shot him in the back of the neck by accident. But yeah, but just things like that of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like dude, like all of these like
That's.
things that are like happening that are they're not like like I said, I've always felt like I want to be a YouTuber and like this is like what I meant to do, and all these things keep on like lining up and all these doors are opening,
It's because
and it's not a coincidence,
no,
dude.
no, not at all. Not at all. It's you know, hey man, God helps those that do the footwork. You know, you
Yeah.
do the work, you have a passion, you're gifted, you're talented. You look, at the end of the day, you're doing wholesome. You're not being, even in that one where it's like
Yeah,
you shot him with a pellet gun.
it's like silly, but
It's
it's fun.
silly, and those guys are like the
And that's what they
jackass
do.
guys. That's what they do. They like jump off roofs, and they're
Yeah.
funny, and yeah, I think totally. I think these are not coincidences at all. You're on the path doing what you love and what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do, and that's inspiring, and it's beautiful, and
Thank
it's
you.
great when that happens for people. you know um Somebody wants to be an actor, and it's just like it's not a coincidence when that person starts meeting mentors and
Yeah.
like, oh, I used to watch this guy in movies, and yeah, it's aligning
You just
for
gotta like
you.
have faith about it, you know?
Just have faith and listen, Ricky, and have fun.
Exactly.
That's how I try to approach everything in my own filmmaking, and in my own acting career. It's just, listen, at the end of the day, I don't set a destination, because I'm only setting myself up for heartache, and
Right.
I'm never enjoying the moment if I'm constantly thinking about that this destination that doesn't exist. Like, oh, when I'm the big YouTuber that has 20 million,
Yeah.
maybe you'll get there, maybe not. All that matters is you made me laugh today and feel good. After meeting you, I'm super inspired. You had 9 million people look at a thing. So it's like you're doing it already.
Thank
It's
you.
you're not like one day it's gonna happen. It's
Yeah.
happening now,
A-
and enjoy it,
And that's the thing too. Like, I have goals. Like, I want to hit 1 million subscribers one day, and I want to do things.
Sure.
But like, that doesn't define me. Like
No.
back then, like a couple years ago, like that was my biggest fear. It used to be of like not like achieving my dream. That was my biggest fear. But that's not my fear at all anymore. Like anymore at all. Like I don't know. I just whatever I'm like meant to do, that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna do I'm gonna put in my work and then just let the path go.
Dude, Ricky,
So
it's happening.
and it makes me happy. Like that's such like a weight off my shoulders because like
Yeah.
I'm more present now and like I'm happy now. Before I was like I don't know. Before a couple years ago I was like I was happy making my videos, but I wasn't as happy. And I'm like, once I reach this goal, once I'm this big, then I'll be happy. It's like no, if you're not
No.
happy now, you're not gonna be happy
That's
later.
right. That's
So
100% true. I remember one time, this about 3 years ago. It was after I was acting in a play in LA,
hmm
and after we went out to eat, and this like industry person that I respect came out with us. So the guy's like, man, you did a great job. I really like what you were doing with that character, this and that. Then it was like we stayed late, and I had a dream to make a movie. I had a script that I was adapting from a play to a screenplay, and I was like, man, if I could ever get this movie made, I could die happy.
hmm
Like that was like it wasn't even in the works yet. It
Yeah.
was still a play, but I was like, I'm gonna write this into a screenplay, and imagine like if look, it happened. It's now out for the world. It's on
That's
Amazon
awesome.
Prime. I don't want to die, and I'm not ready
Yeah.
to die
Yeah.
happy, is what I'm saying. The destination
Yeah.
didn't exist. I made the movie, and it was great, and
Yeah.
I'm like, no, 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 I want to do more stuff.
Right.
I don't think we're ever gonna hit a spot where,
No.
even if you have that 1 million subscribers, that's great. But you're just be like, all right, like that's what I mean. You're right. It's happening
Yeah.
now for both of us. I also just seen like some people on one of these platforms that didn't like my movie, and they were talking like they were slamming it. I've also had some people that really liked it, and I was letting the negative ones, all the people that were like, yo, I really liked your movie, these like two negative feedback
Doesn't
I
that
got
always happen?
was driving me insane, kept me up all night. And I'm like, dude, like I'm a piece of crap. Who am I? I didn't even go to film school. Who am I to think I can make a movie? This is terrible. And then this was literally 2 nights ago. And I woke up the next day and I prayed, and I was like, dude,
It doesn't
you
matter.
made a movie. This
Right.
was like your dream. But that's what I'm saying. I would
You're feeding the
imagine
negative.
if you're in the negative, you said it in the beginning. You're like, man, which dog am I feeding?
Yes.
If I feed the negative dog, then yes, I am an imposter. I'm not really a writer and director and filmmaker. I'm a clown. Why am I doing a podcast? I only have 7,000 subscribers. I'm nowhere near a Logan, but it's
Yeah.
like, chill, dude. Like you said, feed the light. So when you said that to me, I'm telling you, that's what was in my head. It's like, Paulie, feed the light, man.
Yeah.
You are doing a podcast. Hey, that's 7,000 people that seem
I
to
was
be
so
like,
excited to
hey,
come
that's
today.
cool. You know, you're here. And if it grows, it grows. But even if it didn't, just sitting here with you was worth it because I got gems already. So yeah, man, we're doing it. You're doing it. We're
Yeah.
all doing it. And
that's what I had, like I said, that's what I had to learn of, like, even if this is as good as it's gonna get, like,
yeah,
I'm still fulfilled. Like, I'm living my dream every day,
that's right.
you know, and things like that. And dude, I I'm the same way. Like, it doesn't matter how many like positive comments I get. If I get like one negative one, of course, that one sticks out to you the most,
For sure.
for sure.
It's an artist, probably. I mean, not just artists, but artists,
Yeah.
worst stream. Probably all people. It's like somebody could like have their wedding dress and everybody's like, "You're so beautiful," and then that one person's
Like,
like,
oh,
"You
you're
look
so
a little
fat.
fat in that,"
Yeah.
and the bride is like out of there,
Yeah.
you know. And you're right. It's like we always, you know what that is though. It's our own insecure self-loathing. So we actually want people to criticize us so we
To
can
feel
go into this.
validated. Yeah.
Yes, instead of just being like, yeah, just feeding I love that, feeding the dog in the light.
And I'm for like constructive criticism,
Of course.
you know. And there's a difference. Like, I think you can tell when someone is being constructive versus someone who's just being a hater and
Yeah.
just like picking on you and whatever. But anyway,
Yeah, no,
like
for sure.
what you were saying. So back to like what do I see myself? Yeah, I just like YouTube's my main passion. So like my dream is to like I want to have build my team, you know, like build have my brother be on my team. He's in college right now, but have him be on my team with me. Have have a cameraman. I have my friend who helps me, you know, part time, who's my cameraman. But have him be full time one day, and then just like have my manager, have my like a editor who helps me edit because dude, editing takes forever.
Yeah.
I'm up to like midnight every night editing, but you gotta grind it out. But yeah, have like my team, and then we like just travel and make the coolest videos that I can, and like me, like I said, trying new things and like meeting people and stuff like that. So I think that's like my main dream. Um, it's just doing that, like being big in the YouTube space. And then I mean, I would love to like maybe be in a movie one day. You know, I think it would be cool. Like even if I had like a small role, like in
Yeah.
like a Netflix movie, that would be kind of sick.
Be cool.
Or like I don't know, maybe something like that, or help out, maybe like produce a movie. I think that'd be awesome too.
Yeah.
I was actually like I landed my first role. What, like in April? I was in a Jubilee video. I don't know if you've seen Jubilee
Oh no.
on YouTube. They're a YouTube channel, but they're like a network, and so they are like a network for YouTube, and so they do like a lot of videos of like they make like funny videos, and they make like serious videos of like they get like groups of people and they like debate or talk about topics, or they do like funny games. It's like kind of like reality TV, but
Wow.
they do things like that. But I had an audition, and I got casted in a video of like
It's cool.
it was it was I felt like it was like the perfect thing. The episode was about disabled people, and it was like a new show they had called Circle of Secrets, and like each person, like you share like a secret that no one knows about, and you talk about it. It's kind of like a serious episode. But so I auditioned for it, and I said who I was and whatever, and yeah, I was one of the cast they picked, one of the people they picked.
Awesome, man.
So that was cool. That was my first thing. But yeah, maybe something like that. Like that'd be cool to be like in a Netflix movie, or like I said, help direct something maybe one
Yeah.
day. But like I said, but at the core of me is like if I could only
YouTubing.
pick one thing, it
Yeah.
would be like YouTube. Like that's like because I get to be creative. I have no limits. I have no one telling me what to do. I have no I don't have to, like I don't have to listen to like a network or producers. I'm like my own. I'm like an independent artist really, and I get to show my art. Maybe one day start a podcast. If
Yeah.
if I'd want to, or what, like another thing, I feel like I would have to like stop my YouTube thing because I feel like it would take a lot of time. But I think it would be kind of cool to be like a Tonight Show, like a late show host. Like I
Oh.
feel like that would totally like be up my alley. Like me sitting at my desk and like having people on and like interviewing people. It's like a podcast, really.
You could do it. Yeah, you could just do your podcast in that format.
Yeah, that's
Why
what I was
not?
thinking too. Make it
You
like
can make the own sounds yourself, like the people clapping, like
Yeah.
like the audience. You could do all that with a soundboard.
and I think too
Simple.
And I think that too. I actually thought about that a couple days ago. I'm like, you know, I'm not the I mean, TV a little bit like traditional TV is kind of a little bit on its way out. I
It's
think
on its
dying.
way out,
Like it's
man. Yeah,
everything's digital. So I'm
of
like,
course.
I think if I were to have my own like Tonight Show or like whatever, like a Jimmy Fallon type show, I could like just make it like a YouTube style, and I think that would do really well. So I
Yeah.
don't know, maybe something like that.
It's endless. It's
It's
endless. It's
endless,
you
you know.
just keep being creative, thinking, dreaming it, and making it happen, man. And you said I don't know if I'll get to them all. None of us will.
Yeah,
None of us will. But you could get to one today. And today you came here. You were excited. We were excited to have you. And you know what? That's how we just keep keeping on. You just live in the day.
yeah,
Put the good out there. Like if we can make people laugh or uplift them or inspire them, to me that matters. I spend enough time in my life being negative or chasing things I can't control, chasing
yeah,
a career that's listen, all we can control is what the work we put in, and that's what's great about YouTube and podcasting. That is really what's great about it. It's like we can control, like we can do this. We could meet each other or DM each other. And I mean, social media,
yeah,
there's so many negatives about social media, but there's so many positives. Like, look at, you got to meet these people you admire, and they,
yeah.
because of the power of people, that wouldn't have happened
No,
20 years ago. There wouldn't have been a platform for that. When I was I don't know. When I was 20, I mean, I'm 46 years old. When I was,
really?
yeah,
You're
when I was,
younger than that.
thanks. No, I'm becoming an old timer. But when I was, in my 20s, there was no social media.
Right.
Like, I could only dream to meet Al Pacino or,
Yeah.
any famous people that I loved, and it's like, today, like, people are accessible,
And I think
you know?
I want like I hope people um you know will understand too is like don't be afraid to take risks, like
Yeah,
just don't let fear stop you, make that like I said if I would have never made that Prime video, nothing would have ever happened.
that's right.
If I never would have been open about if I would have let my fear control me of like what if people people are gonna think I'm harping on my disability. People are gonna not like me if I would have listened. 'Cause, dude, when I shot my lemonade video, part of me did not want to do it. I do not want to do this. Like the lies in my head. I'm like, feel, no one's gonna like it, and I just was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But like I pushed through it because in me I felt like no, I gotta do it. Like in me was telling me I have to. And so that's like even my videos now, like with me trying things, there's always part of me that doesn't want to do it. I'm always like like a little nervous, but
Yeah.
I like that. Like I
Yeah.
try to push myself to like do things that are out of my comfort zone. So I think just that of like not being afraid to take risks, and also too don't be like intimidated of to make something if you don't think you have like the best equipment or the best things at your disposal. Like make use what you have.
Yeah.
Like I said, I started on my little camera. My videos right now, like when I don't have my cameraman shooting, because I have a Sony camera, but like I can't. That thing's too heavy for me to hold on my own. So
Yeah.
like when I'm shooting by myself, I use my iPhone. Like
Yeah.
and I use what I have, and it's not about the gear. It's about story and creativity and
Absolutely.
what you're gonna do about it and with it. I mean, so and in my content that I do, I have like crazy idea like videos and episodes that I do like sort of like I shot a gun and I brought beer and I whatever. Like those are like crazy um ideas, but I also have simple ideas. Like one of my videos that I did of me trying new things is one of them was I wanted to see if I can make my bed by myself. Like that was a real simple idea. But like I didn't of course I didn't want to make it like oh poor me, but it was just like something that I can do that I never tried and that intrigued me. As a filmmaker, that intrigued me like how could I make this simple idea like a story? How could I build a story to it and like make it entertaining and take the viewers on a journey with me and make it comedic? How could I do that?
Wow.
And so like I think sometimes the simplest ideas can have like the greatest impact. So like I said, don't be like I don't want people to be intimidated or like have that stopping them of like they have to think of like the next big thing or like they got to constantly one up. Like sometimes like I said the simplest things can be like the best things. And that's why that's helped me a lot and and stuff like that. So
It's like you said, it's not about the making the bed. It's you made a whole story about your challenges to accomplish something that's difficult for you. But that in turn gives me the inspiration to go attack what's difficult for me.
mhm.
That's great, Ricky.
Thank you.
That's great, man. Keep that stuff up. That's just a matter of time till your platform it's seen by the right people. You know, I wish I was a gatekeeper, and it's like, yeah, I got you. You know, I can only do my best of like whatever little platform I have sharing it, but I think it's just a matter of time. And again, like we said, whether you inspire 10 million or 10, does it matter? You
No,
inspire. What did God put us here for? We're doing service for each other.
exactly.
So man, just keep doing the work. You need to be doing it. It's
Thank you.
great. You're good at it. You know, you're really an artist and a human. You're dealing with just the human condition and you know, yeah, man, it's great. It's really an honor
Thank
having
you.
you here. Like you've definitely rattled me a little bit. So
Wow.
I definitely want to keep contact with you and hopefully collab on some
Oh
stuff. And
yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, listen, before we close out, what I like to do every time with my guests, I have them look into their camera there, and I want you to shoot them some inspiration. How can they pursue what it is that maybe they see in you?
Be yourself. Don't be afraid of who you are. You know, you were created like this for a reason. You have power. You have passion. You can do great things. Just be authentic, and people are gonna love you for you. Just do that, and again, start with start with any small idea. It could be big or small, but be authentic, and that'll resonate with people. So and just go for it.
Man,
Yeah.
Ricky, it's an honor.
Thank you so
I'm going
much.
to close us out here. Hey, what's up, everybody? Here's another episode of the FYI podcast. I mean, what can I say? I had all kinds of gems today. One of the biggest things I took out of that really just helped me a lot today was the two dogs chained. One's chained in the darkness, one's chained in the light. You know, who's going to survive? The one you feed. I love that. You know, I'm tired of feeding the darkness. I'm tired of feeding the negativity in my life, always finding the flaws in myself. Why am I not this? Why am I not that? Why can't I do that? All that does is turn into me blaming too. You know, oh, well, they just didn't they didn't see my vision. No, maybe my vision didn't nail it, and that's okay. Ricky talked about that. It's taking constructive criticism, getting better at what we do. But what we need to do is stay in the light and go, okay, I didn't perfect that. I'm going to get that better. Hey, I didn't perfect this diet. I'll get better, you know, right now. Constantly finding the positive and moving forward. I love it all. Please follow him. We'll put his socials here. I hope you were inspired. I was incredibly inspired, and I can't wait to see what Ricky does with the next content he creates. See you guys on the next episode.
You should never stress about the problems you be facing. Everybody in the mud on the struggle trying to make it. Look into the mirror and you see the motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration. I'm finding inspiration, and once I get a hold of it, I'll never get complacent. Look into the mirror and you see the motivation. Then you step into the world and you find your inspiration.